Welcome to yet another episode of the Snakes and Ladders Startup Show. I'm sure you are aware that the Snakes and Ladders Startup Show has now become an AI powered startup show, and we are going to talk about that very soon. But I'm reminded of this quote from Jeff Bezos. He was once asked, "What do you think will change in 10 years? What are you worrying about?" And he said, "I don't worry about things that will change. I worry about things that will not change." For example, 10 years from now, it's not as if the customers are going to say, "Hey, Jeff, it's okay if the prices are a little higher. Hey, Jeff, it's okay if you deliver the goods a little slowly." That will never change. What a powerful quote, what a powerful thought. Haven't we seen this in real life where investors and founders who are focusing on things that their customers will always want are inevitably the ones that are the most successful? We have introduced the AI chat GPT powered chatbot on our site so that founders and investors can come and run their own queries, figure out their own snakes and ladders. But we are going to talk about that later. And if ChatGPT has reached the chaiwalas, I'm sure you have heard of this Chai GPT, AI powered, where A stands for Adrak and I stands for Ilaichi. तो अगर चैट जीपीटी चाय वालों तक पहुंच गया है तो चैट जीपीटी फाउंडर्स और इन्वेस्टर्स तक क्यों नहीं पहुंच सकता है? और इसीलिए हमने हमारे पोर्टल पे www.thegreatunicornhunt.com पे डिप्लॉय किया है. आई कॉर्डियली इनवाइट यू टू कम एंड ट्राई दैट आउट. But most importantly, let's look at the episode today where we are going to meet the founders of Craftspark Food and Beverages, an awesome food startup that's planning to rule the taste buds of India. अगर मैं आपको कहूं कि इंडियन मास फूड सेगमेंट को हेल्थ की परवाह नहीं है, क्या आप बिलीव करेंगे? शायद नहीं. बट ऐसी चटपटे बातों से हम आज के एपिसोड में हमारे फाउंडर्स से मिलने वाले हैं, अपोला and Kumaresh. My first question hence is going to be for Apola. Apola, welcome to the Snakes and Ladders Startup Show.
Hi, Sachin. Thanks for welcoming us. I hope you're doing well.
Apola, I had a question for you. How would you describe Craftspark? What is Craftspark all about as per you?
So it is one of my favorite questions, actually. So when I talk about Craftspark, what does Craftspark mean? It means creating a spark with the curated taste. So that is why we say crafted taste, and it comes like Craftspark as a company name. So we are a company who proposes to give consumers delicious snacks, that too with regional twist of taste to Indians. So if you go 10 kilometers around your range, you will find different palate, different taste of each consumer. So that is very unique for India, actually. So we want to cater to 140 crore taste of India with our brand. Today, we are catering about 70% of market size of 50,000 crore industry with a price range of rupees 5 to rupees 10. We believe that if any company wants to be $1 billion company, they have to have solutions for each consumers and have to be present omni-channel. This clarity of mindset will definitely help us grow ahead in the business.
I'm going to now invite Kumaresh to the show. Kumaresh, welcome to the Snakes and Ladders Startup Show.
Thanks a lot, Sachin, for welcoming Craftspark to your show. We are really overwhelmed to, be here and discuss about our journey.
Welcome. So, Kumaresh, why don't you tell our viewers how you embarked on this journey?
So, coming from a robust background of FMCG, all three co-founders come from a FMCG background. And you can say the three dream pillars of any FMCG business or industry, like operations, marketing and growth, and strategy and business development. So we all three co-founders come with that set of expertise along with a diversified experience in different industries. So talking about that, since we understand the pain point, where, the market was completely selling air in the snacking packets, and obviously, while embarking on that journey, we could understand that there were a lot of multiple building blocks in the journey also. Like talking about how do we start this FMCG business, as a startup brand, FMCG brand. You are not welcome with cash and carry model in the industry. So we are very antagonized that talking about low working capital we have with us, and we want to bootstrap this company first and take it to a certain 0 to 1 scalable level. So out there we are thinking that let's do one thing, let's be consistent with our thought process. So initially we got a lot of hurdles from a lot of distributors that no, we would give credit because you're a new brand, we don't know how the market will react to your product or your portfolio. But again, the thought process and the motto was very consistent, that if today we have a philosophy of doing a cash and carry business or advanced pay model business and giving the masses the quantity and quality, this particular, so we also in the journey we also tried to innovate our products and pivot sometimes by giving the highly liquidating stocks portfolio, like what kind of products will easily be liquidated in a retail outlet. And at that point of time, we had a bottom line approach so that distributors can get higher trust on us. So that is, these are the hurdles, and this is how we embarked on this journey of FMCG.
Awesome. We have just had a look at the very initial comments that Apola and Kumaresh have shared, but I'd like you to watch the clip where they worked on the makeover of their brands, and it's a very, very interesting way in which they kind of completely re-morphed their entire proposition. Let's have a look. Now that you have had a look at the clip, the takeaway for me was that if there is one Jeff Bezos rule that Craftspark is perhaps following, or one thing that they have learned, is that the Indian taste buds are always going to ask for flavors and tastes. With that, how did they navigate the remaining journey is something that they are going to share with us as the episode progresses. One important breaking news that I mentioned right at the start of the episode is that we have harnessed AI ChatGPT for the help of our investors and founders so that they could run the snakes and ladders scenarios for their startups on our portal. ये शो AI powered इसलिए बन गया है कि इस एपिसोड में जो स्टार्टअप्स आते हैं उनके स्नेक्स, उनके लैडर्स हम हमारे चैट जीपीटी मॉडल के थ्रू रन करते हैं. आप शायद सोचेंगे कि ऐसा क्या है जो AI चैट जीपीटी बताने वाला है जो मुझे पहले से नहीं पता है. शायद हो भी सकता है, लेकिन अगर आपने इस किस्म के इनपुट्स अंदर बेक करने की, अपने इनपुट्स अपने स्टार्टअप्स में, अपने इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में फैक्टर करने की आदत लगा ली, तो क्या पता ऐसे चिंक्स, ऐसे लूप होल्स, ऐसे अपॉर्चुनिटीज जो शायद आपके दिमाग से निकल गए हो या परहैप्स आपने उसको इतने अच्छी तरह से लिवरेज नहीं किया हो, वो भी आप कर पाएंगे. We would strongly encourage you to look at the ChatGPT AI-powered model that we have deployed on our portal so that you could run your scenarios and see for yourself what kind of queries, what kind of answers are available out there. You might wonder कि ChatGPT तो मैंने देखा है, इसमें क्या अलग है? लेकिन आपको एक बात समझनी होगी, ChatGPT आप ऐसे समझिए पैसिफिक ओशन है, जहाँ पे नीडल ढूंढना, मतलब आपका आंसर ढूंढना कितना डिफिकल्ट हो सकता है. जब हम कस्टमाइज करते हैं तो पहले से हम रेफरेंस पॉइंट्स, पहले से ऐसे इनपुट्स उस मॉडल में इस्तेमाल करते हैं, उस मॉडल को ट्रेन करते हैं ताकि आपके जब क्वेश्चंस वहाँ पे आए तो द मॉडल इज रेडी टू काइंड ऑफ पिन पॉइंट स्ट्रेट ऑन द रिप्लाईज दैट यू आर लुकिंग फॉर. ये आसान काम नहीं है. It's almost like telling a 5-year-old kid, it's almost like teaching a language to a 5-year-old kid. But technology allows us to do that. And of course, we have worked hard on trying to make sure that this model serves the purpose in going to the bottom of the ocean and figuring out the right replies for you. Like any AI model, this is work in progress. This is a continuous progress. कोई ऐसा कभी नहीं कह सकता कि हाँ हमने बस AI मॉडल ट्रेन कर दिया है, हमारा काम हो गया है. ये तो ongoing iterative process है, but I would strongly request you to come and experience that for yourself. Let me take you back to the founders discussion that we were having with Kumaresh and Apola. Kumaresh, would you like to share the bhag, the big, hairy, audacious goal, if I had to use a management jargon?
So we have set our, different milestones, and when we go on a journey from, you say, Kashmir to Kanyakumari, okay. So you set up a milestone that first will reach this destination and then this. So talking about the very first milestone that we currently have is, in the next 5 years, obviously with a proper infusion of investments at the right period of time, we are targeting 1% of the entire FMCG industry market. That is somewhere around 900 crores. So we have the resources, we have the capability, we have the innovation, we have the idea, vision, and obviously we have bootstrapped this company with a lot of hurdles reaching to a particular scalable level. And we know the way we are, moving on this journey, we can bring in such kind of portfolios that the Indian masses would be always crazy about. So we are very sure that we can reach, but obviously, there are certain, always potholes and loopholes in every roads. Okay, even if our current Indian roads are very good, but a startup journey has a little bit of bumpers and status. So obviously, crossing there, we are very sure that with proper investments and working capital, we'll be reaching a very different milestone in India.
Awesome. Kumaresh, please share some snake you encountered when you started this business.
So yeah, when we started, our journey, and we, as we could understand, we have come from that kind of segments of our own working experience that the entire urban space, loves healthy snacking. And, there are a lot of, millets you talk about, a lot of things that, every day, the premium space, the urban space, the D2C segment, everywhere you can see it's more about healthy snacking. So when we launched our products initially, it was more of healthy snacking. We actually, showcased our benefits of the healthy parts in our packaging. It was a unicolor packaging with, you can say, the different flavors had different designs and icons. And when we went into the market, we got a snake bite. So we are very shocked and very surprised. And, the stock wasn't liquidating properly because we had a very aggressive strategic plan for liquidating our stocks. So we went back. We did, wanted to check our, tick marks. Have we done it right or not? We went to our sales team. We went to the retail outlets, tried to understand where have we, are missing it out. And suddenly we get to, have the feedback when we're targeting the mass segment. When you're targeting the mass segment, basically, you obviously, if you're providing some health benefits, you have to provide. That is your mission and goal of the company. But you have to showcase what is your USP. And mass segment is all about, flavors and taste. Doing impulse purchase of snacking products in 5 rupees, came back, did our homework well, and came back to the market.
Eye-opener for a lot of food tech businesses that Indian taste buds are going to always demand flavors and tastes. I wanted to know if you would like to share any other snake.
So yeah, obviously when you build a startup and you build especially in FMCG industry, you get a lot of snakes and snake bites in your journey. It's all about, when do you heal and how quickly do you heal is what matters the most. So obviously there are some, few other snakes that obviously I always get excited also to talk about because we have solved it also in our journey. So one of the major concerns in this industry always had been, if you see, every person would be saying, if you're going to, join FMCG industry, or if you're doing business in FMCG industry, collection. What we also call in financial terms is bad trade receivables. Okay, so there is a lot of trade receivables. So 15 days we talk in, I used to remember when I used to work in FMCG industry, we used to discuss that first 15 days has to be the targets completed because the next 15 days are all about doing the collections. So obviously that's one of the biggest snakes actually in the industry also, especially also in snacking business. If you see the regional players, they would be putting the snacks together and today, and after 1 week when again they are going with that auto or the cart, they would be collecting the amount and putting the next snack. So this is one of the major snakes in this industry. And another one major snake is transportation. So when we initially started, from one third-party manufacturing unit. We started supplying, and since we had a mindset of following the waterfall model approach, you are going to multiple states, so there is no bar in the radius of kilometers that you would be traveling to place your products in different states. And obviously most of the times it would be only a 5 lakhs business that you're getting order, because another 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs you'll be getting in the next consignment. So what happens, there has to be a radius always where you are making profitable or at least break even. When you're crossing that radius in the supplying of the stock and transport, because fuel charges can be anytime high, sometimes there can be strikes. So what happens, basically the cost of transportation goes very high, and we have faced this in our journey in a very different way. That had been to a certain point of time, that had been one of the major operational expenses actually when we used to calculate our net profit or EBITDA or anything. So all these financial metrics actually used to be get hampered more and more because of transportation. Yeah.
Super. I have a few more questions for Apola, but I'm going to remind all our viewers, the founders out there, about the roll the dice section, which we had announced a few segments back. Have a look at roll the dice. As founders, you have watched a couple of episodes of the Snakes and Ladders, but I'm sure there must be a thought crossing your mind about a snake lurking out there, or some ladder you would love to see getting manifested. If you have some such question, you could now send your question to us via a small video recording, not more than 45 seconds, which you could just put on a Google Drive and send to us. And we will try and see if we can get you the answer. We'll also try and see if we can get an investor or an expert to answer that question for you and feature your question in the next episode. Just one suggestion. Please don't make impossible demands like, you know what, I want to speak to Mr. Elon Musk. Or can you please get me Mr. Ratan Tata? Or Vijay Shekhar Sharma Hazir ho. Ain't happening. But if your questions are more like, we have just embarked, finished the MVP, not sure whether we should go down the B2B route or the B2C route, or we are a food tech or an ed tech startup, and we aren't able to get investor conversations or investor meetings, what do you think we should do differently? Or maybe we are a pre-Series A startup or a Series A startup, and different investors are telling us different things about what we should be doing. What do you think is the way out? Those kind of questions, bring them on. But remember one thing, the answer to every question you have not asked is always a no. So question bhej do, just send it across in our section called Roll the Dice. As they say in that famous Hindi song, Dav laga le bhai, dav laga le. Welcome back. I have a few questions for the founders, and I'm going to ask Apola a few questions that I have. Apola, I was very keen to hear from you in terms of the journey that you embarked upon. What did you really sign up for?
So Craftspark means having crafted products which can bring spark to your taste bud. So we have started this business with a simple 3 vision. So one is to provide quality, quantity, and affordability to the majority of the consumers in the market. This industry size is 50,000 crore market, where 70% of the population are in the mass segment, right? So we are focusing on that area of business where we are saying that, and we have done a market research and understood that the big companies are talking about giving quality, but they're making a business of air at the end. And there are regional players who are saying that we will give you quantity, but please don't expect quality from me, right? I cannot give both. So we are coming up with this value proposition of providing quality, quantity, and affordability, which is a dream for the consumers as of now in that segment of, in that range of segment. Second, we are saying that we want to provide and satiate taste of 140 CR population in Indian market. And third is we want to keep Indian taste alive in the market for the future generations to come, not only in India, but to the world. So this is all about Craftspark.
Terrific. Apola, for the benefit of our viewers, could you please share some milestones and goals that you have set for yourself?
Yeah. So if I talk about the company, we started on June 2023, and we did an extensive R&D and all, and we launched our product in January 2023. Sorry, June 2022, and January 2023 we have launched. And from within a year, we have crossed 3.4 CR of gross sales. We have successfully launched our product in 13 states, 70 plus districts. We are available in 13,000 plus stores. We have sold 60 lakh packets in the market and served 5 million plus consumers till date. So this is the journey. And when we talk about goal, till now, when we talk about our product range, 60% of our products are extruded. So when we talk about extrusion, it means this is 100% baked, 0% cholesterol, 0% trans fat. So we are not promoting it that way, because in mass segment, you see people are more interested for taste rather than health benefits as of now. Maybe in future, the trends may look different, but we are taking care of it, which adds an additional value proposition in the market. And this is our goal ahead, that there are a lot of things we will take care for the consumers and give them the best value proposition in the market with the range of quality, affordability, and quantity.
Terrific. I was curious to know, how did the three co-founders come together?
So we belong to the same college, IBS Hyderabad, and post that we were friends there as well. And post that journey, we started our journey in the job segment and all, and we have experiences in the FMCG segment of business. I come from alcohol industry, where I worked with alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages. Kumaresh has worked with FMCG industry. The other partner is core operations in FMCG. He has worked with Dabur, Kevinters, and whatnot. So I was a snack enthusiast in my college, to be very frank, because I'm a night owl. So I'm a person who will wake up whole night and study. If you ask me to wake up in the morning and study, it's a headache thing for me. So I used to get a lot of snacks into my room and pour it there so that I can chew and I can study throughout. So there I understood a gap, because my pocket money was limited. It was just 5,000 maybe. And always I used to be in tight of budget for spending in a snack segment. So that brought me into the concept that यार हमारे लिए कुछ है ही नहीं मार्केट में, हमको तो 100-200 रुपया खर्चा करने का है नहीं हमारे पास पैसे, what to do? So I went to so once we completed our journey in the job, we were sitting and having a coffee, and I came up with this point to these two of them, that I feel this way, and they related very point. They said, yeah, this is what we also face the same issue, and till date I face the same issue, because it's a very impulse purchase. You see, you don't go with a plan ki aaj dal chawal or lays khayenge. You don't think that way. You go in the market and suddenly you buy a pack of snacks just to satisfy your taste in the journey, right? So then we banged on and say that, why can't we get into this segment? Let's start. It might not be a road full of smooth journeys. It may bring a lot of complexities, problems. When you have to reach house, there will be some roads which will be not so easy. There will be some roads which will be so easy to drive. So we have to figure out our ways, but we have to start this up, and with the commitment of not giving up. And then we met and we started this up.
Awesome. Very impressive, to say the least. You have heard the two founders, Apola and Kumaresh, speak about how they embarked on the journey for Craftspark. The three co-founders, Saurav, Kumaresh, and Apola, are building a fascinating business, and that's how we invited them on the Snakes and Ladders startup show. But you know the format. The show doesn't stop just with taking the inputs about the snakes and ladders from the founders. We invite experts, we invite mentors, we invite investors, and all of that and more about the journey, about the snakes and ladders that the founders battled, waits for us in the next episode. So keep watching the Snakes and Ladders startup show. Now it is the world's first AI-powered startup show without the adrak and ilaichi, or perhaps with the adrak and ilaichi. But keep watching the Snakes and Ladders startup show. Have a wonderful day ahead.